All right, everybody, here we go. Week 7. We're at the midway point of the regular season of our fantasy season here. So we'll hop right into the standings. So at the top of the standings, we still have this guy right here, sitting at 5-1, tied with Ty, but I got about a 200 points for lead right now, so that's huge for me, just as we get down the stretch here. Next, we have 3 teams at 4-2, so we have Dallas, Rob, and Jeremy. Jeremy's now won 2 in a row there. So we got Dallas as the top of the points for there at 1042. I got about a 26-point lead there over Rob, who's got about a 90-point lead over Jeremy. So big for Dallas to have a bit of a lead on those guys. Next, we have the sole team at 3-3, which is Tom. And then we have a big group of teams here at 2-4. We have Sunil, we have the Buddies, we have Dave, we have Wayne, and we have Jen. So we got 5 teams there tied at 2-4. Huge points for discrepancy there. We got Sunil at the top with 4th overall, actually, in our points for at 999. And then Jen down there at the bottom with the least amount of points in our league at 816. And then at the bottom, we have Richard at 1-5. So as I mentioned, Jeremy's on a 2-game win streak. Ty's on a 4-game win streak. On the opposite side, we have Sunil's got 2 losses in a row. Dave's got 2 losses in a row. And then a bunch of us have win 1, lose 1 right now. So standings are tight. Anyone from pretty much Richard's still in it. He just needs to string together a couple wins here, and he could be right up there, in that 7th, 8th place spot. So lots of season to go. Let's see what else. Budget. Like I said, days down to $2 still. Sunil's the only one at 100, Wayne's at 96, Dallas at 91, the Buddies at 93. So a little bit of money spent, not a whole lot this week. Who's got the most moves? We got Dave at 21, and then Jeremy at 16, me at 15, and then Tom at 13. They're kind of the top 5. Nothing in terms of big news from this past week, but the week before, and the video I missed, there was a trade. Myself and Richard, we made a swap with wide receivers. I traded him Brian Thomas Jr. for Michael Pittman, and we exchanged some draft picks. The way I looked at it right now, Pittman's having a better season. Jacksonville's got lots of receivers. They like to throw the ball to a lot of different people. So I felt Brian Thomas's ceiling was lower than Pittman, and kind of based on how they're playing this year, the points differential between a 3rd and a 5th round wide receiver is going to pretty much what I'm making up this year, I'm losing next year. So that's kind of how I looked at it. I mean, unless I hit another Ibuka in the 5th round or something like that. But I mean, other than that, I mean, I thought it was a pretty good trade for both teams. Helps Richard out next year. You never know, Thomas Jr. could take off. He could become Lawrence's favorite receiver. You never know. But yeah, just thought I'd just change it up, see what I got going on. Other than that, not much in terms of fab spent lately. Kind of your normal bids there. So we'll hop right into our matchup. So the first matchup of the week is myself and Ty. So the battle of the 2 teams at the top of the standings. Originally, I was projected to win 150 to 145, and then after last night's game, I'm at 168, and Ty is still at 145, but just a shade less. So I had Jamar Chase go yesterday, 16 receptions, 160 yards, and a touchdown. It's 38 points. And Ty had Pittsburgh there, pretty much got exactly projected. So I still gave him 14 points there. So I mean, it could still be close. I mean, that's only a 20-point swing. With the NFL lately and injuries going on, you never know. But just kind of looking down the roster, I mean, Baker might be in trouble with no receivers, like top receivers this week. So we'll see there. And then just kind of looking down my list here, I got Booty and Brown. I mean, Brown might be down with Rice back, but maybe Rice doesn't play the full game, so maybe I can still get some luck with Brown. Scadoo and Vidal should hopefully be good for running backs. And then my tight end Ferguson, which has been great. And then I got Pittman, Harrison Jr. if he plays, and Bijan. I got Cook on by, Buka's out this week. I could slide in maybe a Kendrick Bourne. I worry about Pacheco, so if anybody wants Pacheco, make me an offer. Hoping Trey Benson can make it back soon. I like his receivers here with Worthy and Addison. He's got 3 tight ends going here in Laporta, Mason Taylor, Harold Fannin. Let's see, he's got Genty, White, and Jacoski Merritt. Yeah, pretty good lineup. He's got lots of guys here injured or on bye. Garrett Wilson's doubtful. Bucky Irving's doubtful. Jalen Coker might be back. He was practicing this week, full participant. So maybe he slides in this week. So maybe he's there for Ty next week. And then Ty picked up Neighbors after I dropped him there to stash. Possible second round keeper if he wants him. Up to him. I just couldn't keep an injured player on my roster as we're going through this bye-week break here. I was hoping to, but it didn't work out for me. But anyway, for the matchup itself, I am going to give this one to this guy. I think I'm going to sneak this one out. I think it'll be a little closer. I might be in the 150 point range, just kind of with the guys I have in there. Touch and go. Right, got to get through these injuries and buys, and then hopefully it'll be better for me. But I think I will take this one. Okay, next up we have Dallas versus the Buddies. Originally, Jane Adam projected to win 161 to 130. Excuse me. After after yesterday's game, Metcalf was about 6 points under projection there, so it dropped him down to 8 points. See, Dallas still has Marion Hampton out. He's picked up Tez Johnson, Michael Carter, Jerome Ford. Maybe slide in Johnson or Carter if you needed to. The Buddies got Evans and Judy out. Hunt, Gordon, and Schultz is good depth there, but and then Dallas has got Puka out. I did see that go through this morning here. So he'll have to slide in maybe Tez Johnson there. So maybe add an extra points on there to Dallas. So maybe he's at 140, we'll say. That injury comes at a rough time. Just because he is a little lower, which is surprising because he's normally putting up closer to 200 points. I wonder why he's got it lower. Interesting. I know Puka would normally be anywhere from 15 to 20, so that would put him at 150, but that still seems kind of low with the 130 for Dallas. Anyway, let's see. We got Kayla, Tedero, Jacoby Myers, Devon Achen, right? Kyron, Dallas Goddard, Pollard. Pollard might be a little lower again with Spears back. I know and then we got Keenan Allen, Justin Jefferson. I think Wentz is playing, is what I heard. But it's only Thursday. No, it's Friday now. But I think Wentz is playing. Let's see. We got Sutton, Charbonnet, Kenneth Walker, Kelsey Chubb, Collins, Adunze, Hurts. Yeah, I do think with the injury, it's going to hurt Dallas. I still think they got him projected pretty low. If Evans doesn't go, then definitely they could throw in Tez Johnson would be huge. I'd probably pick up another 15 points or so, get a touchdown maybe. But yeah, I think I'm going to give this one to the Buddies. I think they're going to sneak this one out. Dallas will drop to 4-3, and the Buddies will go to 3-4. Okay, next up we have a good middle of the pack matchup here. We got Tom versus Jeremy. Originally, Tom was 161 to 132. Now it's 160 to 132. Tom had Chase Brown going yesterday. Had a pretty decent day. 108 rushing yards, a couple receptions, 12 points. So just a slight bit under projection. Jeremy still needs a kicker. He's got a bunch of injured players, so he's got to figure out if he wants to drop somebody or play without a kicker. Which is kind of the whole point of why we shorten the bench, right? To make those decisions tougher. But depends. Pearsall might play. I don't know. I think Hubbard's out unless things have changed. Always limited. Sounded like Dowdle was getting the rock again this week. Yeah, so we'll see what he does there. But other than that, I mean, Dak and Daniels have both been pretty good. McConkey's come on. Devontae, you never know. Huge has been good. And Jigba's been a beast. Lamb, if he's back, should be right back to normal. Io Manor's been hit or miss week to week. I like RJ Harvey and Dowdle. Travion, hit or miss. Ramondre's been doing pretty well. I like Tyler Warren. I also like Kate Otten there if Evans doesn't go. Yeah, I think it's fairly even. Jeremy gets a kicker in there. I mean, it puts him at 140, 145 at the high side. If it's some longer field goals. Tom at 160. Maybe just a little bit better talent when you get into the flex. There is kind of the difference. Otherwise, I think they're fairly even, kind of looking up and down the roster here. So I'm going to stick with what the projections say and take Tom. Move Tom up to 4-3, drop Jeremy down to 4-3. But I think Tom will definitely sneak this one out. Okay, moving on. We got Rob versus Wayne. Rob is 4-2. Wayne is 2-4. Wayne came off a big win against Tom last week. He came back in the win column. Originally Wayne was expected to lose 158 to 126, and now it's 158 to 132. Jaylen Warren got about 6 more points in projection there yesterday, so they had decent points and a loss. Let's see. Other than that, kind of looking back and forth. AJ Brown's tough. Travis Hunter's been hit or miss. Kind of everybody else I think's even there. The running backs should be similar, I would think. There's why Wayne's so low. Yeah, Wayne's got 2 guys to put in there. So he could throw in Naylor and Mason if he was looking at it. I mean, who are these guys? Yeah. So even that's another 18 points. So that would put Tom. That would put Wayne at 150. Yeah, okay. Because I was going to say, it seemed a little low for Wayne given the roster here. You know what? I'm going to call the upset in this one. This is the one I think, if Wayne updates his lineup. I mean, they're Sunday guys for him, so he should be able to slot them both in, no problem. So that gives him an extra projected 18 points. And, I think Jordan Mason should have a good week. Naylor, they'll work him in somehow. They like to throw him some decent routes. So get those 2 guys in there. I think that's going to knock it into Wayne's favor. I think Barkley's going to have a little bit better day. I think Jones is a little low in projection there. Hurts has been good. Kraft's been good. Yeah, this one's going to Wayne. Big upset. Okay, next we got a good matchup here. We got Dave versus Richard. Originally is 131 to 129, and both guys had nobody playing yesterday. I'm looking down the rosters. Oh, looks like Richard doesn't have a defense playing. So once he does that, I'm not sure who he'll drop. Maybe McCarthy. Maybe mix in, slot Watson into his IR. He could do something like that. Pick up a defense. Then we have Goff versus May. These guys here in the middle are who gets touchdowns. Pickens could have a decent week even with Lamb back. He's got Jonathan Taylor, who's the best running back in football right now. Richard's a little low in running backs here. He's hoping Haskin, I guess, has a better game. He's got a couple tight ends here. Jawan Johnson, Theo Johnson, Isaiah Bond. Yeah, I think the difference here will be the receivers. If Pickens didn't have Lamb back, I think that would bump that up quite a bit and maybe push that into Dave's favor. Really struggled. Washington's hard to say. DJ Moore's probably steady at 10 points. Same with Olave. Brian Thomas just needs the touchdown to get him to that point every week. And then he's got London and Jameson Williams down there. Williams is the same issue. He just needs a touchdown. They're not giving him the ball a lot, so he doesn't get a ton of receptions. But hopefully that gets better now as we move along in the second half here. But I'm going to take Richard on the upside here. I think it's going to push him to 2-5. Dave to 2-5. They can hash it out a little bit, give each other the gears as the weekend goes on, but I think Richard's going to take that one over Dave. All right, last and not least, because neither of them are at the bottom, we have Jen versus Sunil. Sunil had T. Higgins yesterday, put up at 9 points over projection. So to take the matchup from 152 to 142 to 161 to 142. Jen gets Rashi Rice back. Sterling Shepard could be in for a good day. Gibbs has been good. Hall's been good. Hunter's been steady. Montgomery's up and down. Hopefully Jennings is good to go. Oh, he did go last week, but he didn't do much. So hopefully he gets a little bit more this week. He's limited again. What are these guys? Got anybody on the bench? Maybe... I mean, Juju's kind of not off the team, but he's kind of off maybe fantasy radar for a little bit while Rice is back. I mean, he'll probably get the occasional touchdown or something, so he's kind of going to be a hard guy to throw in there. For Sunil, I do like Adams and Dobbs. McCaffrey, ETN's been great. Waller's been surprisingly well coming off a year off. Swift's pretty steady at that 12 points. Njoku, I mean, Cleveland likes to throw the ball, but not sure if it's him or Hannon. Yeah. I think Sunil will get himself back into the win column after 2 losses here, bring himself to 3-4, and drop Jen to 2-5. So that's the matchups for the week. Sorry again for missing last week. So running down this week's matchups, I had myself. I took the Evil Buddies. I took Tom. I took Wayne to beat Rob. Only if he puts those players in, otherwise it's Rob all the way. I took Richard to beat Dave and Sunil to beat Jen. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll talk next week. Thanks. Bye.